guys. It's here. Alright, tell me if the music's okay. Not too loud or whatever. Hot ass day. Hot ass fuck day today. Yo, Blake. What's up, man? You like the Shimigami OXT? Yeah, man. Shimigami Tensei games have the best motherfucking OST. 100%. 100%. Changed my mind. Because, man, they knock it out of the park almost every time, even the PS2 era stuff. It did the same with the most recent second half or whatever of Shimigami Tensei 5. So it's good shit. Good stuff. I tell everybody, play these games. They're fucking fire. Nobody listens. If you like RPGs, you like a cool story with a bunch of fucking themes that have to do with, mythology and religion and the occult and all kinds of shit. Yeah, those are your games. It's fun. Fun stuff. And for the RPG lovers that like their shit really, really difficult, yes, you can play it on very difficult modes, and not all the time, but some of them, it's not just inflated difficulty. Some of them just have, like, a couple of them have, like, optional battles and stuff that you can only get in certain difficulties, or certain things, certain demons are only available in certain difficulties. So, yeah, Shimigami Tensei games are great. Unfortunately, they're, like, all over the place. Like, the first two were Super Nintendo. The third one was like PS2, which was Nocturne. The cool thing is the first two you can actually get for the PSP. So you have to emulate a lot of the stuff, but they're great. Part 4 is for the 3DS. These are the numbered ones, and then there's a second half to Part 4, Armageddon, I think it's called, which is also on the 3DS. And then Part 5 is on the PS4 or 5, whatever, but it's on Steam. It's like 5, and there's 2 parts to that one. There's also the Strange Journey games. There's there's so fucking many. If you look up Shimigami Tensei, there's even a new one, Raito Kupana, whatever. It's a remake of a PS2 game. They just released it on Steam not that long ago. That one's more like an action RPG. But all of it is just digital Devil Saga stuff, Shimigami Tensei. It's just, you want... have you ever wanted to play Pokemon, but instead of a door with Pokemon, you're summoning things like, I don't know, like, everything from Thor to fucking weird cock penis demons to, like, things that look like some gothic Virgin Mary. Like, yeah. Yeah, you want obscure, weird, you want to summon the demons of Keys of Solomon as Pokemon. Those are the games for it. It's they're very schizo-y games, I'll tell you that. Stories are all wild all over the place. For the people that want something a little more like with like people shit, it would be like the Persona series. If you've never played those, they're probably more popular. The Persona games, I think they're fun. I'm a big fan of Persona 3. That got a remake now. 4 was all right. 5 everyone liked, but I thought it was kind of mid. Though I didn't play Royal, but I really, really liked 3 a lot. Rip and Tear. Maybe I'll do the Doom 2016 OST, but that should sell out. It's the only problem with that one. Until it is done. Of course, Rip and Tear until it is done. Motto I've been following for quite a while. Hasn't quite paid off, but hey, what are you gonna do? Alright guys, welcome. Updates on myself. Let's see here. Meds still seem fine. Trying to get off the Wellbutrin because the Vyvanse seems to be enough. Nothing else major. Having like bowel issues, so that's fun. Saw a doctor about that one. Gonna figure it out. And I'm gonna go get a physical because I haven't had one in like 3 years. Proper physical. So I'm gonna go do that. Hopefully I'm not like dying or something, because that would be really annoying because I have stuff to do. Yeah. Okay. So you're probably wondering about the title, angst. What is that? What is a become an ungovernable? I can never even say the word. I don't even know why I chose this title. Become a ungovernable schizoid. What does that mean, angst? What does that mean? No, it's partially a meme, but part of it, I'm not kidding. In many ways. And I'll explain what I mean. So, by the way, if you see my wind wafting, my hair wafting in the wind is because I have a fucking industrial fan hitting me in the goddamn face because this room's hot because it's not properly insulated. So, and was like 100 degrees earlier today. Now it's only in the high 80s in this room. That's great. Okay, so I'll start with this idea. Now, as a Zoid, you know the stuff you don't give a shit about, the stuff that is just a drag, the stuff that all the social stuff that you're just like, man, why do I have bros ungovernable? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to take part in this? A lot of you have to mask in a variety of ways, whether it's work, you have to follow various social rules, all kinds of stuff, right? And yeah, it's a pain in the ass, and it's something a lot of schizoids have to do. Either that, or they just become hermits. So your options are often like, bear it and grin, or become a hikikomori. Neither of those is like ideal, right? But one thing that I find interesting is this: it's never discussed, even like say on the server or other places, how some of these things that a lot of schizoids deal with, this kind of aloofness, this indifference, this ambivalence to a lot of social things, which I personally don't think that's the problem that the schizoid has to overcome. I think they have far greater problems internally about their sense of self and their emotional connection to their self and how to express in the external world and all that kind of shit. I think all that shit is way, way more important as far as helping a Zoid sort of have a better prognosis for life, right? I don't think suddenly figuring out how to like really enjoy the company of the average person, or wanting to go to social events and like finding a lot of enjoyment in it, I do not think that is, I personally do not think that should be the goal. That is not what you want. That is, because I think a lot of what dictates that stuff has less to do with your issues with your disorder and more to do with having certain sensitivities, other kinds, or interests that divert significantly from the norm, right? So I think working on your shit internally is good luck with that. Most days I can't even govern myself. Yeah, well, no good luck. It's just action, brother. But what was I saying? Because I read that. That's funny. But anyway, if the schizoid works on the shit that's internally there, if you start regaining your emotional range, I'm not going to go into again how all that, like I've talked about it before, but let's just say you make those steps, right? You get that motivation, you get that fucking kick in the ass. That, maybe you start getting a little more angry and want to advocate for yourself. Maybe you want to just stop, like, dicking around like forever, not getting anything done. And you get a little boost of motivation, right? Let's just say that's like the impossible dream. It's not possible. You got some stuff going for you guys and gals. And that's that ambivalence can be kind of weaponized in many ways. Or just a good defense system, or even a good a freedom. There's a certain freedom in it, and I think a lot of Zoids forget that, right? Because a lot of these things that, sometimes we have to do to manage and everything, this stuff governs, like, a lot of the decision-making that the average person makes, right? Because they're motivated by those things, because they're like, it really, really does have a strong influence on the next choice they make, right? Caring about other people, liking them, like random strangers thinking they're cool or interesting or attractive, um, wanting the attention of the group, the community, so on and so forth, wanting that attention, seeking that attention, being disappointed and hurt when they don't get that attention, the disappointment and pain of getting socially rejected by others, and all this kind of stuff really is kind of its own hell that a lot of people are often controlled by. A healthy person that isn't schizoid, like a healthy neurotypical person, shouldn't be controlled by it, but there's still a certain amount of stuff that they will kind of fall in line with because it feels good to receive those rewards, right? With a schizoid, a lot of those rewards that come with like social attention, positive social attention, beyond neutral, those rewards are just more of a hassle than they're worth, or they give you prizes for a game show that you didn't like, and they're prizes that you didn't want to win. And like, it's kind of like they give you like something that now you have to pay a bunch of taxes on, so you'd rather just not get it. You'd rather just be like, no thank you, I can't afford the taxes on this thing you're trying to give me, so no, you can just keep that. Or like that. And everyone else is like, what? What? It's so cool, it's so amazing, this prize. And you're just like, nah, good. Not worth. That, in and of itself, can allow you a certain amount of freedom were you to get off your ass and things. Because they wouldn't be things, they wouldn't really inhibit you, they wouldn't stop you, they wouldn't make you as nervous or anxious to deal with because of that ambivalence, right? I've seen people like fall apart over like a certain kind of social rejection from the group, the tribe, the job, the boss, the mom, whatever. The friend. I can't believe my friend. We've been friends for 10 years. I can't believe it. It's like, and then like they're fine the next day and all these weird games. So, freedom. Yeah, no, exactly. But there's a certain sense of freedom from not having to care about any of it, right? No, I'm not saying like, making sincere friends and caring about what they care about, caring for each other. No, it's all good stuff. That's the kind of stuff you want to like, you want to get over being averse to like healthy shit that actually is like egocentric for you and other people, the handful of people you can connect to. And because most schizoids, if they decide I want to connect to humanity in some way, in some intimate way, they're perfectly fine with like one or two people, and they're good. I know a few zoids that basically it's like them and their partner, and like that's it, and that's like enough. That's enough social enjoyment because it's like sincere and it's honest, and they rather be alone most of the time, and the person respects that. But then when you're with them, it's almost like you're kind of alone. It's an interesting dynamic. But point is, you can do all that, and at the same time, like fulfill those criteria that might, help with some of that abyss inside. But you still be unbound by the limitations of carry about a lot of social niceties and like simple things like keeping up with the Joneses, having a nicer car than your other friends, or having the better job, or having the more money, or having whatever it is, right? Like, because even if somebody tries to shove that in your face, you just don't care. Like, somebody can roll up on you and be like, wow, you're wearing that, you look stupid. And I doubt you're gonna be like, oh my, embarrassed. It's more like, okay, I don't care, sure, but. And that's kind of its own sort of ability. It's useful. If someone's giving me a huge amount of money, status, etc., I just not take it. Don't care one bit about those things. Boink, totally understand, but I would absolutely take it because then I could use it to help more Zoids and do more stuff that helps people that I think I want to do and I care about. So that's why I would take it. I will gladly take it. If somebody's like, "Hey, bro, you're a charity case. Here's $1 million, loser," I'd be like, "Yes, I am big loser. I am big loser, small peepee. Thank you for $1 million that I'm now going to use to like further my interests." And I don't know what you got out of it. I guess like making yourself feel good by demeaning me. I'm okay. I don't care. I don't care. As long as there's no strings attached, like I gotta be your fucking slave or something. I don't care. I don't care. Like if some like fucking rich guy walked past me and he threw like a wad of money at me and said, go get a nicer pair of shoes or something, I'd be like, cool, I'm not gonna buy a nicer pair of shoes. I'm just gonna use this money to further my interests. Yes, I don't care because of how indifferent I am to it, right? How aloof, and I just don't give a shit. I'm like, okay, buddy, oh, you really got me, right? So I wish more people would insult my appearance and my lack of, I guess, like certain types of things, and then just like throw like money at me. That'd be great. That would be fine. Is that a service? Can I go somewhere so that like rich people can like make fun of me for like, and then just throw money at me I can keep? I'll do that. That sounds cool, because then I could use it to like help Zoids and shit. Yeah, if all you're gonna do is like talk down to me, I don't care. How much are you paying me? Like, if somebody was like, "Yo, you're gonna be like my butler," okay? How much does it pay? Like an ass ton of money, but I get to be an asshole to you and say mean stuff. I'd be like, I'll even pretend to be sad if that's what you want me to do. Like, oh, I'll start crying and shit. Like, I'll look really depressed all the time, and then you can like call me names. How much are you paying me? Oh, okay, cool. That's fine. I don't care. I have no emotional connection to you mistreating me vocally. If you're gonna like hit me or throw shit at me, you better be paying primo. Pay me primo bucks. We'll be talking. I don't care. I'll just save up my money and then fucking jet out of there. Do the shit I actually want to. Won't even fucking leave a goddamn note. Maybe I'll take a shit in the living room before I leave. I don't know. But anyway, when I say that in the title about becoming ungovernable schizoid, what I'm saying is, if you manage to get your ass in gear, and it takes a lot, because as I've talked about it, I mean, there's a lot of steps. Therapeutic shit, medication, all kinds of stuff that could help you out at the moment. Even if only a sense of bitterness heals you. One of my mom's rich friends afforded me to marry her child, but hell no, I'm not taking it. One of my mom's rich friends afforded me to marry her like adult child. It just sounds weird. Like, you mean like married her like old son or daughter or whatever? Yeah, like an arranged marriage or something for like a bunch of money. I don't know, man. Might be worth. It depends. It depends on like how much autonomy you gotta fucking strip. Like, I don't want to strip a bunch of my autonomy. Fuck that. Unless it's like within a specific like framework or place and time. Like I said, like a job that's gonna demean me while I'm at work, but pays me like fucking like shit tons of money. Yes, like literally rich people are weird. I don't know. In another time, I probably would have taken off. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen, right? It depends on the country, but I mean, even if they shack you up, you don't have to give it up. You just be like you could just like be like a neglectful, like just be neglectful in your arranged marriage, like, or whatever. If it's in like, it depends on what country, I guess. If that's a possibility, or like, I don't know. It just depends. I don't know. I know it depends too. Like, I mean, I'm sure something like getting an arranged marriage would be way easier for like a dude, because it's like the power dynamic's weird and different. And obviously, like, there's a whole different thing, right? Like, there. But I don't know. Like, it's funny because, like, I'm like, yeah, give me money. But I hate money. I fucking hate money. I just know it's necessary to get the shit I like to do done. But I guess without getting off the fucking rails completely here, I'm trying to say that that sort of ambivalence to a lot of these things, yeah, it's a problem because obviously it causes you to not be motivated to do a lot of things that the world seems to require of you in order to like succeed. And even success, you're just like, okay. The problem is not knowing what you do with success, right? Being successful at, like, I don't know, whatever it is you want to do, whatever niche you want to carve into the world, or being successful at, say, some job that sucks and you hate it, but like it pays. And then another benefit, if you're schizoid, you're likely alone. You're likely not in a relationship. You're likely not planning on having kids. A lot of you, not all of you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so your costs are going to be relatively low, right? If you stop spending on money on like super dumb shit, and you know, budget, all that kind of stuff, like anybody else should. But you have even less to worry about financially because, like, you're not going to be dating much, right? You're not going to be going out on like expensive dates. Most schizoids aren't out there like looking to get laid. You're not looking to like do a lot of stuff, right? That would normally cost a bunch of money. You're not going to like go on a vacation or a cruise boat or like all this shit, right? There's like a bunch of stuff that you would never spend money on. And the only reason a lot of schizoids are broke is because they're too like depressed, which I understand, anxious, apathetic, to either move up in whatever career, profession, go back to school or go to school, or stop living off, like, I don't know, neat bucks from the government, whatever country you're from, if they offer even that. A lot of schizoids will get like a job, and as long as they leave them alone at that job, they'll just kind of stay in that position for like a million years. You know, just making enough money to pay the rent and pay the bills, but never saving anything. Seem to think like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do this until I'm dead. It's like, wow, why is that good enough? That sounds terrible. I mean, in a lot of ways, money allows for a certain level of autonomy. And if you have some kind of cash flow that you build up, and you have this power of social ambivalence, it could, you can target all your resources to, like I said, carve that niche of the thing you actually give a fuck about. Like, say you're, I don't know, you give a fuck about farming radishes more than everything else that life has to offer. But you know you can't just farm radishes forever, or that's unlikely. So then, yeah, you would have to fucking bust your ass, manage your money in order so that you can have enough money to eventually just become a recreational radish farmer that has enough money to just kind of retire on that, or maybe work part-time to supplement some stuff because you saved up enough money, because you probably don't have a lot of people in your life that you have to pay or like give money to, right? Or are expected to, right? Like a lot of schizoids are what? They're a lot of the times they're kind of disconnected from their parents, their other family members, and like I said, they're not dating half the time. I mean, that's a lot of productive hours, if you ask me. If, in fact, you know, we could get past a lot of the problems, evolution and hedonia. And that's why I think the number one thing for Zoid to do is to overcome the internal problems that don't allow them to get their shit together and start just doing something productive. And not productive because, like, oh, be a productive member of society. Fuck society. But more like, be a productive member for yourself. And if part of what you care about is other things, like, say, the homeless, or animals, or anything like that, right? Or you think there's a certain thing that should be taken care of. You really care about this one coast in this one country, and you want to, like, be the person that, like, saves the maritime shit over there or something. Like, okay, there you go. You got a thing. That stuff that actually is niche and matters to you to some degree, you can fucking do something about it. But you're gonna have to, sadly, you're gonna have to make some fucking money, right? Now, wanting to make money for a noble goal, I don't think is something to be ashamed of. I don't think that's anything to feel grossed out about. In fact, you could be happy that you're making more money because you know, I'm gonna do something with this that matters to me, unlike the things that a lot of people tend to do when they have a lot of money, which is absolute trash can. Gene Simmons play Let Him Laugh. I'm laughing all the way to the bank. I can't quite get past the nasty taste of blood money in my mouth, though. Well, nobody's asking you to be a fucking blood diamond guy or a fucking weapons dealer or a drug dealer. Right? I mean, yeah, you could argue all money is blood money. Okay, so, like, okay, that's a system you're in. Like, who gives a fuck? What are you gonna do? Like, yeah, the same money that, like, I don't know, gets people killed is also the same money that could, like, help, I don't know, create a program in some country that needs something. You know what I mean? Like, it's still the same shit. It's just mind-blowing. Imagine if, like, people, like, how do I put this? Okay. A lot of the people out there, businessmen, whatever the fuck you want to call them, part of the reason they make as much money as they do is because they are workaholics, or also because they, ask them how the relationships are. They're probably not the best, right? Probably not have the best of marriages, relationships with their children, all kinds of stuff. They're probably really, I'm not saying, oh, that's stupid, but they're a lot of, like, the richest people are probably shit dads and shit husbands and shit wives, right? And what's interesting is part of why they got to where they are is because they neglect the people in their lives they should be taking care of, that they supposedly care about, right? But if you're a schizoid, you're likely not gonna be creating that situation for yourself anytime soon, right? You're not gonna be, there's not gonna be a girlfriend or a boyfriend that you're gonna, like, disappoint and make sad because you didn't spend enough time with them. There's not gonna be a child that you're, like, hurting because, you know, you had a unprotected sex, and then now you have baby. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do in your 20s, especially, because you don't have any of these hang-ups. You don't have any other shit holding you back. Right? Like, I don't know how many, like, schizoid girls listen to this, but, like, I'm guessing most of you aren't, like, super into, like, looking really nice and putting on makeup and, like, buying expensive clothing. Like, I'm guessing most of you don't do that. So that's a bunch of money saving, right? Like, if you just walking around in fucking jeans and a fucking t-shirt, and you wear the same, like, you know, 20 t-shirts for, like, 5 years, that's a lot of money you're going to be saving. You don't have to buy any outfits to go on dates. You don't have to, like, there's, like, a bunch of shit you won't have to do with your money, right? You know how expensive things like makeup are? It's fucking out of control. Makeup's so crazy expensive. Wow. That's another thing, right? Like, if you're a schizoid girl, you don't have to ever buy fucking makeup, like, if you don't want to, because there's, like, you wouldn't give a shit about the social pressures of wearing it. You could buy it for fun. You know, some people like to look good. It's no different than, you know, getting a nice shave or a cool fade. But But point is, yeah, I save a lot of money, but I often buy shit and don't use it. Well, stop buying shit, dumbass. Um, buy things, do things with that money you give a fuck about. Like, if there's like a cause or something, I don't know, why don't you think about that one? Like, you're mad at the fucking your local government for like taking away your favorite chili dogs. I don't know. You're also gonna have to make alliances with other people to make any of it stick. Not possible, maybe, but high reach, at least for me. Alliances can be incredibly transactional, right? I can never comprehend when you're a typical girl because they're social things, like, because those things actually have capital in the world that they care about, right? They have capital. Like, there are rewards that come with that stuff that they care about, social ones specifically, and sometimes monetary. But there are social benefits from it. But fortunately, that's what I'm saying. Fortunately, a schizoid girl would not really want that attention or that praise or that. All that stuff would probably make them feel worse or more uncomfortable. And so that's money saved right there. It makes them feel safe and they get goodies. Okay, well, there's one. I mean, is it one of your goals to be self-sustainable? That would be great. I mean, at the moment, I have like 2 kids, my wife, and I'm like the breadwinner at the moment, but still, we're living paycheck to paycheck because fucking money sucks and everything's like shit right now when it comes to this stuff. But point is, I guess I'm technically, like, I'm not saying, I wouldn't want to be like, like a prepper. I'm just gonna, like, we're gonna live off the land. Like, no, I don't, that's a waste of time. I don't think so, Withers. I would be highly surprised. That would be really surprising. The only girl schizoid I've ever met, it's like preoccupied with that stuff, was for like almost bordering on like schizotypal reasons. Like, they were just like inner fantasy, like their fantasy world stuff. It wasn't really about like other people receiving, like this positive light or attractive light. It was more like an internal thing. Like, grow your own food and such, and yeah, late stage capitalism is getting me. No, I don't give a shit about that. That's fucking dumb. That's good if you're gonna be like a hermit by yourself. That's fine. I'm not gonna fucking make my family look like that. That's fucking crazy. No, that's wild. I'm banking on, like, it doesn't turn into like fucking hellfire Armageddon. Like, okay, if it does, then I guess me and my family bug because I didn't become a prepper. But I don't think that's happening. I really don't think that's happening. I think civilization's gonna be chugging right along. It might get really dystopian, but it's gonna chug right along. Some cinnamic acid, lithium, aluminum. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking. I'm not gonna learn. I'm not gonna spend years learning how to live off the land. If it gets to that point, like, it's already GG for like anything meaningful I was hoping to do in this world. It's GG. Because that's a reset that I do not want to see. It is not going to turn into a beautiful world. Civilizational collapse is not going to rise like a phoenix, something beautiful. That's bullshit. That's dumb. It's GG. Farming is a full-time job. People can't usually be a farmer on top of everything else. No, that's why. You would have to be like, spend all your free time just focusing on like how to be a farmer. Depends on what you grow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're like some fucking solo dolo, fucking, you have a good job. Like, that's kind of what I'm saying, right? Okay. Mason, you got it right on the money there. Say you're a schizoid. Say you're like super into like, I think the world's gonna collapse and I'm gonna have to live off the land and like, you know, be a prepper or some shit. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. That's an okay life to live. Just you have to get the capital, right, the income and all this shit to be able to live that life. And so that should be a motivating factor as to why you should get off your ass, work a job you hate, deal with shit you hate, maybe mask, try to get a job that doesn't require as much masking, save up, do all kinds of shit like that, right? Like, especially if you're by yourself. If your dream is to become a fucking self-sufficient, live off the land, fucking I live in the middle of a forest, but I know how to like survive type motherfucker, you're gonna need to have that free time to learn all that shit. And you're gonna need a significant amount of money to, you know, you can't just, you're not gonna just get your fucking bug out bag and run out to the forest and live out the rest of your days like that. Like, no, you gotta have all that shit prepped up. You gotta have all kinds of shit set up. A single prepper family, but a collective of preppers could focus a lot of energy on bigger issues. Yeah, but the problem with that is, man, like, that's another GG, bro, Don. It's just, who's managing this little town, right? Like, how long till it, like, a bunch of, like, neurotypicals that give a fuck about power and all kinds of other dumb shit, like, cause it to fall apart, or, like, people turn on each other, or jealousy, or all kinds of dumb shit people are motivated by kickoff. That's another thing, guys, like, that's another Zoid benefit. If we, that's why I say work on the internal shit, because some of the stuff we're like, oh, I can't connect to everyday society. Like, some of that stuff's actually kind of beneficial in its own weird way. Because, jealousy, right? What do you have to be jealous of? Tell me. Oh man, that guy's got such a cool house. That guy has such a cool car. That guy, oh my god, his girlfriend's so hot. Oh, the guy. Look at that girl. Everyone likes her. Everyone gives her all the attention. Like, what are you gonna be jealous of? They have a bunch of shit you don't even want. Think about that. So that's one characteristic you don't even have to worry about very much. Oh, I'm so jealous of their things that most people really care about that you don't. Cool. That's cool. Because the stuff that you care, jealousy is another emotion I can't comprehend. I get what you're saying, because it's like, oh, if you want that, then why are you jealous? Just do things to get that thing. Oh. Okay. Like, how does jealousy get you the thing? But I don't want what most people want, right? I want a bunch of weird shit. The only thing that I want that most people want right now is money, because I'm broke and I can't get the ball rolling on anything I want to do without money. But I'm not jealous of people that have money. What I am is annoyed at the reasons why a lot of people have money and privilege. That kind of shit's lame as fuck. And it wouldn't be lame as fuck if they were actually doing something useful, productive, not even harm, but just like unproductive suffering reducing in the world. And don't say, oh, well, they make businesses and people have jobs. Give me that shit. Yeah, okay, cool. More wage slave slots. Thanks a lot, buddy. Bro, I try to get hot, big, titty, tomboy girlfriend, but they're too rare and generally don't like me that much because they're... Who gives a shit about a big titty tomboy GF? Oh, God. Get better goals. I wonder if the internet will ever be a human right. What else do you need? Let's see. It's another... Someone got a cool thing I want. Good for them, I guess. If it's that important to me, I'll just, like, work to get it. And if I can't get it because, like, everything sucks, then I'll move on and do some other shit. Get better goals, Withers. Come on now, bud. Get some goals that'll get you that as a fucking side effect. Right? That's a damn good goal if you ask me. Which one? What, getting a big titty tomboy girlfriend? That's whack. What kind of goal is that? That's stupid. Like, who cares if they have like a shit personality you can't connect with? Like, if you're gonna still have the same fucking schizoid disconnect with them anyway, who gives a shit? They're not objects. It's not like fucking buying a car. What the fuck? They're people. You don't have to be a superstar music star. You just gotta stop being a fucking boring asshole. Let's see here. Just money, man. Goals. Man, if your main goal is to get a GF, you're not a fucking schizoid. Go fucking kick rocks. You're here because, like, I don't know, you're fucking projecting your shit onto it. That's all I gotta say, man. That's all I gotta say. If that's like a top 3 goal for you, what the fuck are you doing here? Jesus Christ. That's just like being sad and lonely and wanting a girlfriend. My only goal right now is getting unbanned from the Discord. I didn't do it. If you got banned from the Discord, you definitely did something wrong, or something went wrong, or you showed some behaviors that were like not conducive to the server. We don't just ban people. That's retarded. We take our time. Bro, me not being boring arse doesn't magically make more of them. And no, this isn't my main goal. I said I'm jealous. Be jealous. Stop being jealous. I'm projecting all my problems onto you right now. Cool, man. That sounds awesome. Current society is built on farming. Civilization would collapse without it. Plenty of other things to do. Yeah, I mean, there's always something to do. Carve out your niche, guys. Like, carve out your fucking niche. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm trying, but unfortunately my niche is not like a money making. I should have like, I don't know. I should have pretended to have like one of the more like money making like mental health problems. I should have done that. I'm like, oh guys, hi, my name's Schizoid Angst, like I'm a narcissist. I know the truth about NPE and how to save our souls, and I make it so. Oh. Instead, I gotta be a fucking Zoid. Kidding. But point is, there are benefits to having some of these detachments, at least for now, right? I'm not saying, oh man, forever alone is great, yeah. Like it's not gonna be. But there's not a lot of humans out there you're gonna be connecting to like very deeply enough to where you want to like invest a bunch of time and money into them. So what the fuck are you doing? You know. I found an etymology of angst the other day. It was an interesting German term. But yeah, I guess, yeah, just become ungovernable by playing the stupid game. Play the stupid game, win the stupid prizes, sell the stupid prizes for resources that will then be used for things that actually make you give a fuck about. So that's an option. I think that's a pretty decent option. So yes, weaponize your ambivalence to a lot of social things that would otherwise motivate other people to make bad choices. Right? There's a lot of bad choices people make because of these things that they care about that the schizoid often is ambivalent to. Take advantage of that. I'm not saying being some unethical psychopath, because I don't think most schizoids are. I think most schizoids are very much ethical people. I think they're very concerned with ethics and a sense of morality. They're principles and ideas, right? In fact, they suffer for them. That's what's interesting, especially if they're kind of on the schizoid side, and they're like, I don't want money. Money is evil. Money is evil. You know, and it's like, and okay, yeah, but now you're fucking broke and you can't help anybody. So good for you. You have your principles that you can't like actionably do anything with in the real world. Wow, nice job, bro. So stop being that person. Like that'll be stop being the person that sticks to their ethics and principles so fucking hard that you can't do anything actionable to help anyone in regards to them. Because that's pretty lame. That's pretty. Yeah, we'll do it. Make a Twitch channel. Fucking yeah. There's always going to be an audience for somebody yapping that's fucking saying some shit that makes sense to them. Slave to the system tells other slaves to the system keep their heads up. No. Slave to the system says work the system so that you can fucking unchain your shit and other people's to cause havoc, political and social havoc upon this shit fucking civilization we inhabit. Go be a fucking punk, man. But if you want to do that, you need fucking money. You need their currency. Their shit currency. You need it. Yes. It's horrible. But it's reality. Well, you can unchain some stuff. You can give the opportunity. There's certain chains that can't be unbound. It is not as hopeless as you always try to make it seem. Speaking as someone who thinks money has deteriorated modern morality, it's more so societal engineering for bad people to make it so. If you need money, just make some damn money, bro. Right? Because the awful people are going to be making the money. And then they're just going to keep perpetuating the awful systems and the awful things. Because the people that have the strong morals and ethics are going to be above making money. And guess what? You ain't going to do shit. Nothing's going to happen. You're not going to be able to combat them. You're going to sit around by yourself talking about how the world is fucked and you don't want to take part in it. Okay. That's cool. I'd rather talk to somebody else. Because I have shit I'd like to work on it. So yeah, that shit drives me crazy. I see so many like zoids that like feel for because I'm some fucking god. I wish I had this fucking energy. Woo! Shit, even like 8 years ago or something. Before the book. But the point is, some of you are in that position. Some of you are in a position to fucking be able to do something. Take advantage of the ambivalence to certain things. Do it. Teach yourself a bunch of stuff that could help you, like, I don't know, get a job, do some shit. And then save up a bunch of money because you don't have a bunch of people you're going to be, like, spending money on to begin with. Who are you going to spend it on? You're, like, not talking to most people. And you're not going out and spending money with friends. You're not like blowing all your money on a Saturday at the casinos or at the bar. You know how much money you could be saving? It's crazy. To the guys with no fam, anything joining the military for 4 years, GI Bill, VA home, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, dude, that's what I would do. absolutely done that. I'm 41, man. My shit's cooked. I'm cooked, but you guys aren't. So take advantage of the fact that you're not cooked yet. Like, I'll see, like, like 24, 25-year-old Zoids going, cooked, it's over. It's like, yeah, I can't believe it. Shit sucks. It's done. Emotions. What motivates everything? It's like, it's poop. It's total poop. I get it. But you're young enough to where you can get some shit done. You don't have a bunch of attachments. And you can get that shit later in life if you decide to. If it's something you never want anyway because you're like a fucking anti-natalist or something, then fuck it, just move forward. Paycheck takes the energy out of every. Yeah, it takes the energy out of it. Yeah. You think I have a lot of energy? Nope. But I got a lot of mental instability. I run on fumes, baby. People getting jobs through networking. The network. Do it. Does it mean you have to enjoy it? Does it mean you have to, like, do what you gotta do? Network. Just don't let anything get into me. Weird. It's just work. Just network. Be polite. Be kind. Be sincere. Honestly, sincerity can get you a long way, especially if there's people at, like, the top that, like, are kind to people. Say, hey, I'm kind of an introvert. You don't have to tell me. I just like to do my work, keep my head down, but at the same time, I have really good ideas. And I'd like to share them. And all you have to do is network with the right people, not with everyone. You gotta just determine who the right person is. Thoughts on socialism? I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. Because that's like a big old fucking can. Like, I'm like an so, but not like the kind that people sensationalize. Like the kind that goes, oh, we need to change. We need to take fundamental steps in changing the way the economy and the government's run. Every time we find new problems, instead of just rehashing the same old ones from decades and decades and decades and decades. Huh? I did networking last week. Now I got to do some more next week. All right, what's the goal? What happens if you network? What are you trying to get, E-man? Bigger paycheck? What is it? You gotta just do it. It sucks. I'm never gonna say it doesn't suck and that it's not draining and it sucks. Like, it's just as it is. It absolutely is. I'm never gonna say it. But oh well, boo-hoo. Like, what do you want me to say? I understand the pain. Still gotta do it. Carve out your niche. Escape the system. To whatever degree that you can. And then use that to do something actionable with your principles, your ethics. Do something actionable with your life. Even if one of the goals is to remain relatively unnoticed, still do something. That people help others. For animals, whatever the fuck you want to focus on. Saving literature. Fighting for the freedom of having ROMs and emulators. Whatever, man. Whatever. I'm not gonna live in a 9-to-5 slave. I said capitalism. Getting it wrong. I say it like I see it. Withers, you're such a goofball, bro. There's always going to be something that's going to hold human beings down in some capacity or another. The problem is that when you have a system that functions for a while, and there are better options that can be taken and better steps that can be taken to make fundamental change, they're not, because people want the stagnation to continue perpetually so that they remain in positions of power and there's no risk to that fucking leverage they currently possess. So yes, they will forsake like what would fundamentally be better for humanity for the sake of self-preserving that power, that status, for their legacy, for their family, and all kinds of shit. They will. Now, do I think, oh, capitalism should just get all stupid tanky mode, like thrown down? No, that's dumb. That's dumb. But, like, should we start moving the fucking window when it comes to this stuff? Absolutely. When I say I'm an anarchist, I'm not talking about like like it's gonna happen in my life. I don't even think it's gonna happen in my kids or my grandchildren if I ever have any's lifetime. If they decide to have kids, I think that's happening then. I'm hoping by then we've like transitioned into like, at least by the time my daughter's in her like 40s like me, like I hope we transition to something closer to a more functional version of some mixture of some of like the its ideals of freedom and speech and everything, but also more socialist perspectives on like how to how to deal with some of these problems and some of this shit. I mean, we're gonna have to figure it out because AI and everything else going on, this shit's not gonna work. The old system ain't gonna cut it. Something wrong with my mic? Oh, I don't know. It's not magic. It's change over time. The fuck magic? No one's saying magic. It's so goofy. There are a lot of things that can be done bit by bit, section by section. People know about in their individual sections. Status of various things like that don't have to be trying to uphold the same system as it's been chugging along forever, not doing shit about a lot of the problems that still continue. Might cut it better than I don't know what that means. My mic's choppy. Oh. Hello? I don't know. I gotta go anyway. So I guess point of the stream today is keep working on the internal stuff. I have other streams where I talk about some of that shit, other stuff in the past. I can't even point to what. I'm really disorganized. I apologize. Remember, I don't do this as a career. I do this as like essentially like a calling, right? And I'm not making shit off of this at the moment. In fact, you know what's really funny is that ever since this is what's I found this really amusing. Ever since I started getting more like just assertive and like just fucking just tired, and just I don't know, I guess like speaking a little more like you know, probably not like a therapist or a professional would see my channel and be like, oh, this is an interesting, nice man, have a nice conversation about psychology. I moved kind of away from that. Even when back then I was super great, but I'm just fucking done. My viewership's gone up. I have way more people watching my streams on average, especially live, than ever before. I used to like have like, I don't know, like maybe 10 people on my streams, but sometimes I got like 20 plus now. Like the average has gone up. And I get more comments and I have more people in chat now. because I'm just being me. But the funny part is that people have been leaving my Patreon. So I don't know if I upset people. But oh well. But if you're somebody that's found me and you like how I talk about this stuff now and you appreciate what I'm saying, please think about joining it. PayPal, whatever. All that shit's really useful, guys. Hey, plus, if you guys do what I said and just go make a bunch of fucking money, you can give me some. And then I'll use it to yell at more schizoids and people that are like fucking shit up for them and yelling at fucking neurotypicals about how dog shit their mental health care system is for neurodivergent people. Nah, there's like, I'm pretty sure that's why. Like part of it was just like, I was like, maybe they didn't like that it was like as doomer. It's like it's like okay, dog, you know. Like I don't know, man. I'm just so over it. The only people that are gonna save the Zoids are the fucking Zoids. Ain't nobody give a fuck. Ain't nobody give a fuck about us. I know it's irresponsible to say, Yanks. Society, the psychological community, the mental health community, they don't give a fuck about schizoids. Not one fucking bit. There's like a handful of people out there that give a little bit of a fuck, but nobody. Well, 13 according to my count, but sometimes it's, I don't know. I've just seen more. That's all. Even as a bot. They are not. They are not going to save us. They are not going to help us. Yeah. Don't slip, Voik. Don't slip up. Always talk to them later. How to make stone soup. That's funny. But yeah, guys, like, ain't nobody gonna fucking help us. They're not gonna do the schizoid research. They're not gonna do a magical book. It's not gonna come out that's gonna solve it all. If anybody has to do the research, if anybody has to write the book, it's us. If anybody has to figure out a way to get us out of this rut so that we can start causing some pro-social havoc, it's us. That's it. That's it. You're not alone, but no one's going to save you. Except for yourself and those willing to work with you. Like me and other schizoids that are interested in, you know, supporting each other, talking about shit, and finding camaraderie in it, and doing the research and putting it out there, telling their stories about how they manage this and that so that other people can try it, like all that kind of shit. That's it, man. That's it. I'll tell you right now, Mason, they're cool reads, but just actually like sitting down and having combos or even chatting with other Zoids about how they manage this or how they do this or how they overcame this if they did, or maybe even talking to them about how you did it and seeing that they tried it and it helped, and that motivates you to go like, hey, maybe it isn't all fucked. That kind of stuff, man, like that shit's more helpful than any motherfucking book on the schizoid personality disorder, in my opinion. I mean, it's good supplementary stuff. That shit ain't gonna help you. Reading a bunch of books on fucking schizoid personality disorder, that's supplementary. That shit ain't gonna do anything, because you're just gonna read it and not do shit with it. What are you gonna do with it? You gotta do stuff with it. Just understanding your personality disorder and then doing nothing about that, nothing with that knowledge is fucking dumb. It's fucking useless. Oh, now I really understand my disorder. Okay, good. Now what are you going to do? Step 1. Now what? Okay. Right? Yeah, only Zoid's gonna help fix Zoids. That's it. That's why you need to support my Patreon. No. But seriously, if you can make content about these subjects, or you have like crazy idiosyncratic ideas you want to put out there, and you want to be like, hey, I'm a schizoid and I think this shit right here, fucking make the channel, do the thing. Even if it doesn't get a bunch of views, at least you get that shit off your chest, man. Even if you're all monotone, even if you're flat out, I can talk like this, but I have thoughts. That's fine, I'll watch your shit. Talk about flat affects. Are you saying anything interesting? That's it. You cannot introspect your way out of this. No. No. Schizoids, you will not introspect your way out of your issues. Put that shit in the air. Never. That will never happen. But a combination of that type of introspection with action and risk-taking and experimentation and finding how to find human connection with other people because other people exist that are like you, that don't give a shit about all these things that a lot of people get hung up on regarding human connection, and yours is different. Yeah, those people are real. They exist. Oh, yeah. So establishing that. So, my daughter's here. Give me one second.
I want to say hi.
No, you're not going to say hi. Ooh. All right. Anyway, no, Mason, and just introspecting is really good for figuring out what kind of stuff you can actionably do. That's what introspecting is good for. It's like, oh, I figured out a thing. Now, how can I actionably do it? How can I test my theories? Like a real playing test. All right. And it wouldn't be Angst Jr. because I have 2 daughters. So I don't think our daughter's ever given Junior. I don't think she would want my name to begin with, my actual name or that. Anyway, I wish my real name was Angst. I would absolutely adopt it if like my wife and my kids are like, yeah, we can call you that. My wife's like, yeah, I'll call you that from now on. I'd be like, hell yeah, my name's Angst. That'd be great. Crisis help the introspection get deeper through withers, and finding out what's in there is critical. Still got to get out in the open. Exactly, yeah. But it's not gonna like fix these issues. Just thinking about it, mulling it over, perspecting on it, about having an actionable plan of some kind. Yeah. But you gotta combine that shit. You gotta combine that shit. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for being here as usual, and I don't know what else. You want to help me buy a beer? Go ahead and join Patreon, PayPal, whatever. Peace out, and as usual, when day is dark, always remember, get fucking mad.